Hello everyone, we're back. I'm back with JW. We will for round 4 already, and this time we will be featuring a mirror match. It is going to be Ice Rider Inteleon a mirror match. We will be seeing the game from the perspective of Dagacha, and who is playing against Name a Chef. So, do you have any experience with the Inteleon Ice Rider mirror match?
Not with the mirror match. I mean, I find this deck to be very interesting in the way that it plays, but no real insight into what we could expect from a mirror. Now, just looking very briefly over some of their deck lists, I see that Dagacha is playing 3 of the Chilling Rain Inteleon and 1 Sword and Shield Inteleon. That is a little bit different from what I think the standard generally is, where you have maybe more Sword and Shield Inteleon than Chilling Rain, but opting to go for more of a spread strategy, whereas his opponent playing an even count 2-2 of each Inteleon. So we'll look for those to maybe make an impact here in these games.
Yeah, absolutely. Also, the gacha is playing 2 Dedenne GX, which is not seen very much in a deck with Mewtwo Peak, but it can help with the turn 1 setup. And his opponent is also playing Acrobat, so that can also help. Although I guess none of these Pokemon will probably matter since there is a Mewtwo Peak in play. I guess I could remove it with Marshadow if needed, but probably not right now.
True. True. So Dagacha taking a look through the deck with the Quick Ball, likely going to search out either one of the Calyrex Vs or another Sobble. What we could see here is maybe getting down double Calyrex. I don't know that we'll see an attack per se. We certainly could. But yeah, just attaching that energy there to the active, probably a couple of level balls, getting out those Sobbles. I mean, it's really about as good of a start as you can have. You have the supporter, you get all your Sobbles down that you might need, you get your energy attached. It's not much more you could want from this first turn.
Yeah, absolutely. A couple of mulligans gave him a big hand, so he has a lot of options. He opts not to play Marnie because he wants to keep communication for the vmax next turn, which is understandable. He also chose to attach to the benched calyrex instead of the active Sobble, and to use with which he could have used Keep Calling, but I think he's gonna get punished very hard for this because I think we're gonna see, or maybe not. There's a risk that Chef has the boss's orders right now and plays the boss and just knocks out the Gachas only Calyrex V.
Sure. But even knocking out a Sobble, I feel like, is still quite strong. Well, we do see the level ball, so don't speak too soon. There's a Drizzile coming out. And we might see that play that you just mentioned.
I think the gacha was banking on, he has 3 cards in his hand. He's not going to have energy, VMAX, boss, but looks like he got exactly that, so...
Well, it's just amazing with these Ice Rider decks how consistent they can be if they can have, access to a couple of Drizziles, right? We saw all of those cards come off of just being able to evolve the Drizzile. Got the Evolution Incense off of one, and they got the boss's orders off the other, and now the Gatch is in a truly horrible spot.
Yeah, the saving grace is that Chef doesn't have any energy left in play, so he's gonna have to use Melanie in order to attack again, and it's possible that he whiffs it, but I agree that Chef took a very big lead in this game, as often with VMAX mirror matches and matches between 2 VMAX decks in general. The player who goes first has an advantage, and I think we definitely saw that advantage in this game.
The problem with that, though, is that Dagacha had an opportunity to play around that, right? Like, they had an opportunity to get a second Calyrex V on the board to potentially be able to evolve it on the next turn. They had a supporter in hand that they opted not to play. It just felt like there were opportunities for Dagacha to maybe play around this situation.
Yeah. He definitely took a risk, and I think he really thought, okay, my opponent only has 3 cards in his hand. Yeah, obviously Drizzile helps to find things, but he was like, my opponent isn't gonna have 2 Drizzles or something like this. Yeah, he
Now,
definitely got punished for his choice,
yeah,
and
now,
now we're gonna see.
Stefan, when you play, do you tend to hedge your bets? Like, would you have maybe played that hand a little bit differently? And if
I
so, what would you have done?
Yeah, I would have searched for another calyrex V. Ooh, really disagree with this play. um,
This also seems like another opportunity to get
yeah, this gets played
severely
very hard
punished.
by Inteleon or like Melanie or anything. Um,
Yeah, but we don't see a Melanie, just a
yeah,
Marnie, so
okay. So I
makes
guess
a
this time he's not finished, but yeah, this was definitely a risky play. At the same time, I can sort of understand going for this because if Neymar Chef manages to get a knockout this turn on. Well, actually, no, that doesn't matter, right? Because if he
no,
gets a
it
knockout,
does. Yeah,
no.
no, it does make sense math wise, right? So he has two Drizzles, assuming that Name a Chef doesn't get a knockout, um,
Yeah, but
then he can
if
get
he
two
doesn't get,
Intellions out and snipe.
but if he doesn't get the knockout on the Calyrex, he wouldn't have gotten the knockout on Adrizal either. So
Hmm.
that's debatable. I don't know. I think that was an unnecessary risk. um, I
But
should
now
mention, don't forget.
you do set yourself up to potentially take a knockout on the next turn. Like on
Yeah,
this next turn, now with that 40 damage, Dagacha can do 250 with the VMAX, get a couple of snipes from Intellions, and make their way that way.
yeah, absolutely. Although it looks like Nemashev is going for an attack with Calyrex V, so maybe Dagashao could actually just hit with Calyrex V itself, not
Sure.
benching any, not evolving into a VMAX since it would get knocked out next turn, assuming Nemashev has a Melanie.
Yeah,
And he
absolutely.
could definitely take knockout with just the Calyrex V, um, although he would need a couple of other cards as well.
Yeah.
Let's see what
So
what
he's
he
going to grab
does.
Evolution Incense here, which I again don't agree with. I think we're on the same wavelength where, unless he's
Well,
going for the Evolution Incense for the other Intellion,
yeah, he's
but you
gonna
do
need
not
the
want to
Apantolion.
evolve into the VMAX here, in my opinion. It just has too much damage on it. You want to attack with the V, get another V on the bench that you can bring up and evolve into the VMAX and try to gain advantage in that way.
Yeah,
Just
I think.
if you look at the routing, of course, like Name a Chef already has two prizes taken. You're going to want to try to force them to take 7 prizes, right? So if you evolve into the VMAX here active, uh, then they could just gust around your VMAX and knock out a Sobble or a Drizzile or Inteleon on the bench. So I don't know that I agree. They could have gone about this maybe in a little bit of a different way, but we'll see if it pays off.
Yeah, I agree with what you say. On the other hand, by doing this, um, like if Neymar Chef has knockout in the next turn, he will go down to 1 prize. He will have to remove all his energy, and then Negacha can stamp to 1. So there are benefits to doing so. He also has a pretty good setup for next turn, right? With the level ball for Drizzile and
Sure.
he did get the Inteleon, so there
Sure.
are.
There are definitely some positives. That
Yeah.
reset stamp is not an angle that I really considered. I don't generally love um, that style of play, like intentionally giving up prizes so that I can set up a reset stamp in that way. But if it works out, it'd be great. Stamping to 1 is obviously better than stamping to 2. So we'll see um, how it comes to
Yeah.
pass here. So Melanie from Name a Chef, going to get some energy onto that active Calyrex VMAX, another attachment. And we do have the Shady Dealings Inteleon on the other side of the field as well. So probably going to snipe the active, take a knockout, and force the action back to Dagacha.
Absolutely. Um, yeah, that's likely to happen. Um, but yeah, by doing this, Neymar Chef really exposes themselves to a reset stamp to 1. I think that's something you have to be careful about. Right now, he also doesn't. He needs. Yeah, he's getting the quick ball now. He needs another Calyrex V. And I think it's not gonna be that easy for him to take the last prize. but I guess we'll see that on next turn. In any case, I think we have seen Inteleon, the new one, the Chilling Grain one, really making an impact for both players by helping them get faster knockouts.
Yeah, absolutely. We are going to see that knockout here on the active vmax. Dagacha has a little bit of a choice here. It really depends on a top deck, kind of the plays that they can make. They might need to go for a draw play with Crobat or Dedenne. And I think you absolutely 100% just put up
Well,
the
I mean,
Inteleon there.
yeah.
But
I mean, Crobat or
bumping the
Dene,
path of the peak with the
we would
Marshadow.
need to get Marshadow. Is the gacha playing Marshadow? I don't think so, right? No, he isn't.
Ah.
Nemeshev plays one Marshadow, but Dagacha isn't. Now, I think like the easiest play right here is just getting an Evolution Incense with Draziel, or a Communication, because I don't think he has any Incense left, and getting the knockout. And I think this is pretty, well, maybe not safe.
But then this is where we're at, right? Like, well, no, I guess, yeah, there's no energy on board for the opponent, so they can't gust around the active anyway. So potentially this was the correct play the whole time, but we're not getting that reset stamp to 1. I don't know. I'm still going back to that middle
Yeah.
turn play of not going in with the basic calyrex V, but
Yeah, I don't know. The plays could have been different in any case, but I think right where the players are now is interesting. What I don't like here is that there's not going to be for the gacha. He's going to take the knockout this turn, but there's no way for him to take a knockout next turn because he does have the boss orders, but he won't have the energy needed, and so that's a bit difficult for him. I think maybe he could have considered playing Marnie, getting a Melanie this turn.
well, the other thing we could potentially think about is he doesn't have to max Lance here for a knockout, right? He could go
Yeah,
boss's orders here on this turn
yeah,
and take a knockout with Bride of the High King on the Drizzile, and
you're all
then
right that he didn't
he leaves himself
play.
open, of course, to not finding another gust on the next turn. But now you're
Mhm.
playing yourself into a corner with no reasonable outs to win the game next turn.
Yeah, I agree. I think that could have been a well. He would still need a boss next turn. He
Right.
could quick ball for a Sobol, but I think that there's no well. There's still one Sobol left, but maybe it was prized or discarded or something. I'm
Yeah.
not sure, but because yeah, now he's in a
But I think you at least leave yourself with that possibility, right?
Mhm.
Whereas now you don't have an option to win the game on this turn. Like, you go from
Yeah.
maybe a 1% chance to a 0% chance, but there still is that 1%
No,
chance in the other
this
scenario.
is true. Um, it's true. Also, it wouldn't be a 1% chance because he can always just top deck boss, which is at the very least like a 5% chance if there's only one boss among 20 cards,
Sure.
maybe 10%. So yeah,
Sure.
the
Okay.
odds are
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
great, but they're not terrible either. And he has overplays. Maybe also he by only drawing one card, it would be better against Reset Stamp, which Neymar plays two of. So I do agree that the boss play was better. This is gonna hurt. I think Neymar now has maneuvered into the better position because they can just attack with Red Hiking and threaten a big knockout next turn.
Yeah, and that's what you really have to be careful about, is not overextending with the Ice Rider deck. I think we saw
Also,
that here from
the
Dagacha maybe a couple of times, just kind of overextending, maybe going for plays that they didn't necessarily need to go for,
yeah.
and definitely getting punished by those.
Yeah, and I think that's gonna be it because Nemashev has a win on board. Dagacha had to get an Heirloom to retreat, although that wouldn't have helped because he doesn't have anything that can withstand an attack. And yeah, I think that's just checkmate. There's nothing to do here. He needed to top deck maybe a boss to bring up Inteleon and hope that Nemashev couldn't retreat.
Sure.
Um, yeah, that's gonna
Yeah, and he
be
kind of sees the writing on the wall, just not even going to play the reset stamp. Already knows what his
yeah.
fate is going to be.
Yeah, or even search for energy or use Inteleon. I mean, it's over, right? Makes
Yeah,
sense.
right, right,
Will
exactly.
take this knockout. So Neymar Chef advances to 4-0 with Ice Rider Inteleon.
And
And
GG to both players.
yeah, absolutely. So yeah, that was an interesting mirror match. We are gonna be taking another break again before round 5 comes back. I will be leaving you for a while, taking a break for round 5, but don't worry because Rahul will be back casting with JW for the next round.